Hello everyone. I would like to present our paper on why dealing with electrical faults for smart grid is not enough. On behalf of the authors of this paper, Pragya Gupta, Sai Sibu, Anjana, I would like to thank SmartGift 2021 for providing the opportunity to present this paper. This presentation is organized as follows. We start with the concept of microgrid, then we explore the faults in microgrid and the fault classification. We also study the cascading effects, and we finally conclude the presentation with promising solutions and future advancements. The traditional power grid consists of power generators usually situated far from the cities. The generated power is then stepped up and brought to the cities through long distance transmission lines. The power distribution centers are set up close to the consumers, and the power is distributed by stepping down using the distributed transformers. Very recently, the distributed energy resources, also called as DERs, are set up close to the consumers to match the growing demand. These DERs are renewable energy plants consisting of solar panels or wind energy generators. They are very efficient compared to the traditional system in avoiding the transmission losses and power outages. DERs are also connected to the traditional power grid network to support the power demand. However, the microgrids are formed when these DERs isolate from the main grid and power a small community of loads. Hence, a microgrid can be defined as a group of interconnected loads and distributed energy resources with a clearly defined electrical boundaries that act as a single controllable entity with respect to the grid. However, it can connect and disconnect from the grid whenever possible and required to enable it to operate in either grid connected mode or islanded mode. A typical microgrid is composed of three main systems: electrical, software, and communication system. Although these microgrids are more efficient compared to the conventional system, they're so much dependent on the reliable communication and secure software systems, which makes them vulnerable to many faults. A failure in either of these could be catastrophic to entire power grid network. That's why real-time monitoring and advanced analytics are being used to analyze these microgrids continuously. So far, we came across the terms like fault, failure, errors, etc. But what exactly meant by fault? What's the difference between fault, error, and failure? Let's define them first. Faults are the hypothesized cause of an error. Error is part of the system state that may cause a subsequent failure. Failures are the indicators of the fault without knowing the cause. A failure is a transition from correct service to incorrect service. Why dealing with electrical faults for smart microgrids is not enough? In order to answer this, we have formulated a couple of research questions in this paper. First one is, what are the effects of electrical faults on the ICT system and vice versa? And the second research question is, what are the commonly occurring faults in microgrid and their impact? In order to systematically analyze the potential causes of faults that lead to microgrid not performing any of its prescribed functions, a cause and effect analysis is usually carried out. There are several types of faults that lead to failures in the microgrids. These can be systematically represented in the form of a fishbone diagram as shown in the figure. For example, the users or people category deals with faults occurring due to human interactions like vandalism, intentional tampering, unauthorized access, etc. Similarly, environment segment represents the faults occurring due to the natural calamities like rain, heavy winds, storms, lightning, etc. The advantage of this fishbone analysis is that it helps the developers and designers of the microgrid to plan the recovery methods and observe the effects of the faults. Such analysis of commonly occurring faults helps in identifying the dependencies of the system at the design stage itself. In this paper, we considered three major segments of faults in the microgrids, namely faults in electrical system, communication network, and software systems. Coming to the electrical faults, a fault in power system can occur anywhere in the power network. For example, when there is a short circuit in the line or when there is a line breakage causing the open circuit. Short circuit faults are more serious and hazardous compared to the open circuit ones. Short circuit in the power system could damage the loads, also burn the transmission lines, and in some cases, and in some unfortunate situations, it can even cause death of the user. In case of open circuit faults, the loads are isolated from the power grid. So, safety devices such as circuit breakers with proper current and voltage ratings must be installed to handle electrical faults. Circuit breakers will isolate the power from the loads whenever there are any short circuit occurs in the system. Another segment of faults is communication faults. A good communication network is needed to provide seamless service for the microgrid. Any fault in communication system may also affect the performance of the overall microgrid. Several types of communication faults could arise in microgrids. In addition to malicious or benign faults, cyber attacks can also cause communication faults. A fault may arise when there is a delay or loss of information in the network. Timeout and frequent monitoring processes can help to detect these kind of communication faults. The two most prominent methods of handling these types of communication faults are fate sharing and principle of optimality. The third segment of faults is software faults. These software faults can also lead to adverse effects in the operation of the microgrid. The cause of the faults may vary from design time to runtime. Incomplete requirements, logical design flaws, incomplete documentation, weak testing are some of the major causes for these software faults in the microgrids. In our fault handling research, we found very limited focus is on the effects of the software faults. In most of the cases, it is assumed that microgrid controller follows the prescribed safety standards and use the standard protocols like SCADA, Modbus, etc. As multiple systems are involved in building these complex microgrids, a fault in one system could potentially lead to cascading of faults in other systems as well. For example, error messages from software application running on microgrid controller could potentially lead to clogging of communication network and sometimes network overloading. This condition may further lead to software crash, and in sometimes it might lead to overvoltage or undervoltage situation, and like this, so on and so forth, leading to cascading of faults and the failure of the overall system. Therefore, these kind of fault cases conclude that the system experts from multiple domains should be involved while designing these microgrids. And also, standards from various domains must be referred while developing the system specifications. And the testing strategies for the system performance should also be established. Current fault handling methods that exist individually in the electrical, software, and communication system must be brought together in the microgrid. During our survey, we found some promising solutions used for fault detection and recovery. Broadly speaking, some of them used data analytics for fault handling. We also found some futuristic microgrid designs based on service-oriented architectures, holonic systems, and multi-agent systems. I would like to conclude this presentation by saying that our literature survey and fishbone analysis reveal the enormity of the faults in microgrid environment. It emphasizes that focusing on the faults and failures from the electrical domain itself is not sufficient in order to create a more resilient microgrid. One reason is that there are multiple systems operating simultaneously. Cascading effects in the microgrids are also most often ignored. By reviewing the existing fault handling strategies, we found the research gap in interdependency aspects and cascading effects of the faults, which need further research and focus. We also emphasize that in order to make the microgrid more resilient, stable, and robust, the approaches of design architectures should be combined with the fault handling using data analytics. This work is result of research collaboration between Fortis GmbH Germany and Amrita University in India. We also would like to thank our funding agency for their continuous support. Thanks for your attention, and we are open for your questions.